Welcome to Floating Lifty Podcast. I'm Shiuwen.
And I'm Noah.
Now I like the rhythm. I am Shiuwen.
And I'm Noah.
What was that?
That's our sound. I'm Shiuwen, and I'm Noah.
Oh, wow. It's a whistle song.
It's a bird call.
I don't feel like a bird lately.
Okay, so today I want to drink an oolong. How about that?
Wow. Okay.
Will you brew me an oolong?
I will.
Well, I was hoping it would be something in the realm of Taiwan.
Okay.
Maybe roasted.
Okay.
And from a high mountain region
Whoa.
that has something to do with Ah and Li. I don't know if you have anything like that.
Check.
What?
However many you just said.
No way. You're talking about Li An's famous...
An Li
famous...
Li An, 对啊. What? Is he going to... We should ask him to make a tea movie. For those of you who don't know who Li An is, or An Li, as known in America, he make Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. He make Sense and Sensibility. He make The Hawk.
He make Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
He make...
something like Ice Storm or something.
Life of Pi.
Life of Pi. Yes.
Yeah, he made a lot of stuff.
And then
He made Pushing Hands.
True.
Classic. It's a classic. And Eat, Drink, Man, Woman.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
And then that musical event.
Oh, he made a musical?
Not musical, but that huge musical.
Oh, Woodstock?
Woodstock.
I haven't seen that one.
I think
no.
that's him as well.
He does a different thing every time.
His genre is really big.
You can't pin it down.
Not sure what he's up to nowadays.
His genre is successful. Anyway, what tea are we drinking today?
We are going to... Whoa. The water just spilled out. We are going to drink a chocolate roasted Alisan High Mountain Oolong. So I think you'll check your boxes. I'm actually quite eager to brew this tea today. And, smell the tea there. Very different today.
Very fruity.
And roasty and very chocolatey.
It reminds me of pineapple.
Oh. What?
Yep.
No, that's just... That one is... He's messing around with insider joke. I'm not going to explain.
It's very political.
Yeah, it's very political. Okay, cool.
I did smell pineapple, though. I'm not joking.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys can Google pineapple event in Taiwan or something. I don't...
That's funny. Okay, so...
So anyway, I'm very eager to brew this tea today. Oh, wow.
Wow. First infusion has been drunk already. we've to say about the... Before I talk about the tea, I just want to say we've adopted a kind of practice from a great teacher. We talk about him a few times on the podcast, named Thich Nhat Hanh. Saw a video of one of his students talking about drinking tea, and it was really inspiring. And I'll link the video. I don't want to talk too much about it. I just think you guys should watch it. I'll link the video in the description today. But it kind of requires us to be silent while we're actually drinking the tea. So I'm not like... I usually like, smells like this. Tastes kind of like you feel that in the mouth, blah, blah, blah. This time I just like straight drink the whole thing and just, wow, it's really good.
Yeah, and maybe I should rewind the history just a little bit. For those of you who have been listening to our podcast, you probably hear me many times saying that I am having trouble brewing tea. And first it show up in the broth, like astringency, dryness, and sometimes bitter or very bitter. And for a while, I broke the tea structure for 2 weeks in a row with actually the furry crab High Mountain Oolong. And then I quiet down a little bit and I was able to not break the tea after 2 weeks.
Which has been the last 2 months or so. Of the
Yeah.
tea's not broken.
Tea
right?
is not broken, but there's something about my brewing that I know that I am not satisfied and that I'm stuck. And, you know, I kind of put it to, you know, like lockdown anxiety, even though I think in the bottom of my heart, I have the confidence that I am dealing with it pretty well, you know, but of course, then I recognize it's still, the future is so uncertain that I am a human. I'm not a saint. I have anxiety. It must be my anxiety or my fear or whatever that I'm not seeing. and every day just, I keep practicing, and yet I know that something is not there. My tea is not satisfying. And then about a week ago, Noah let me watch a video, and it's from Tina Han's disciple, one of the disciples, and just a monk with a video and talking about tea drinking. He was not even talking about tea brewing. And something struck me so much. Also, by the way, we're in the process of contacting them to see if we can link the video to get the permission to have the video on our website. And something struck me so much from the video is something about him describing Tina Han drinking tea. And he smiled and he closed his eyes. And I think he doesn't know how to describe it. And he said he is just drinking tea. And something about nature, about water. You guys can watch the video after listening to the podcast. And I think what is struck me the most is, am I really drinking the tea? And so after the video, the next day, I sat down and brew a pot of tea. And I noticed how much my mind always is talking. And I know that's normal. Like everybody does that. But I think because of my life, you know, as a business owner and as a single mom, I noticed I'm always thinking about what I have to do. So I'll be brewing the tea and then think about packing tea emails, invoicing, bookkeeping, ordering more tea, and are we low on something, blah, blah. It's just like 10 tasks in front of me every single day. And I'll be brewing tea and tell myself to stay with my tea and tell people who come to the shop or who connect with me to stay with the tea. And I keep watching how my mind is talking. And just because of that, I think my tea start to open up and just I'm not successful yet. I cannot stop my head from talking, but also I changed the attitude. Drinking tea, I got to drink the tea. Just stay as quiet as possible. Watch my mind talking, come back and really finish drinking a cup of tea.
And there's a word that keeps coming back, right?
Yeah.
There's a word that keeps coming back over and over and over again that really epitomizes the practice. Enjoy.
Did he say enjoy, or it's just I watch a few of Tina Han's videos, and then he just he has a way to say enjoy, and I just start to mimic his accent and the way he say things, and just that word. You know, before I drink a cup of tea and I hand Noah a cup of tea, I just look at him and say, enjoy. And I just burst out laughing every single time. And there is joy in there, you know. And sometimes tea drinking and tea brewing become a task. Yeah, I have to say this, it become a task. And for those of you who have been listening to podcasts, you also notice through my talking, and it shows me who I am a little bit. I am in a hurry. I talk ahead of myself. I cut Noah off actually all the time, not intentionally, and which actually bring a reminder of when I met Mr. Lai for the first time.
Mr. Lai, the charcoal roasting
teacher. Also, a student of Mr. Zhang. I was a stranger to him. After 1 hour of talking to him, he just looked at me and he said, Miss Tai, I think you're a very smart person. I was like, uh-oh, thank you. Something is coming. And then he said, when somebody says something to you, would you please stop a few seconds? Just listen. Don't open your mouth. And I was not offended at all, to be honest with you. And I was like, oh, okay. Thank you for the suggestion. And I just, for that whole trip when I was filming back in 2017, I just felt like so many teachers saw me. But at that time, I was not aware of what I was doing because I think my mind was so focused on asking questions and do the filming as best as I could. And it was very interesting. 3 months after I was able to listen to the recording, I listened to that piece. And I remember I wear headphones and I was like listening to my recording with Mr. Lai, the exact one. And even before I listened to the part, he said, would you please stop for a few seconds? Do you know what happened to me that day? Before that happened, before I listened to that part, I was listening to the recording and the actual me keep yelling out loud, shut up, Shiuwen. And then a few minutes into the listening, oh my gosh, shut up, Shiuwen. I think I yell at myself 10 times, listening and then keep telling myself, shut up. I finally noticed he said something and I jump to his answer or whatever he was saying right away. And it was really annoying to myself. I don't think he was annoyed. He just kept watching me. And finally, 1 hour afterwards, he gave me the suggestion. So anyway, let me come back to the first infusion of this charcoal roast artisan high mountain oolong. I noticed that when I was brewing the tea, my head wanted so much to talk to you guys. And I was like, just drink the tea first. No need to tell people what the tea smells like, where is it going, what it tastes like, etc., etc. Just drink the tea and watch your head talking. And because I don't know if it's because I did that, the tea was very open. The tea was really open. You can ask Noah.
Yeah, it's excellent. One of the best infusions we've had in a long time.
Just because of that. We'll see the second infusion and to see if it's because of that. During these past few months, I have been trying to see, do I need to use a specific technique? Do I need to, follow all the fundamentals of tea brewing, the heat, the timing, everything. And the tea was stable and yet not inspiring. I just don't feel like the tea enters my body as much. And I remember a while back, even in Taiwan and also sometimes my conversation with Noah when we do tea practice here, a tea can taste really good and it can have all the path and all the structure that I was looking for. But when the tea cannot enter the heart, it's not complete. And I think finally, a week ago, I was able to see what was lacking in my tea brewing. It never enters my heart. Not never, that's just these past 2 months, basically. So I will say, in the past 2 months, if you drank my tea, you will say, it tastes good. Everything was there. Check, check, check. What was missing? Not sure. And I think right now I can give myself the answer. Yeah.
Heart.
I think so. It doesn't, even when it enters the body, sometimes it felt very good, but still like something is just lacking, and I think it's the heart element is not there. And that's a really interesting thing that I'm saying here right at the podcast. I normally don't talk about that, and I hesitate. Is that hesitate?
Hesitate, yeah.
Hesitate to talk about that piece. Let's do the second infusion.
Sounds good.
Enjoy.
Oh, wow. Really strong, but not broken at all. Very contained somehow.
I will say the second infusion, I broke the rule of keep the timing in between infusions since I was talking for such a long time. And I hit it back up a few times, but not really paying attention. However, this second infusion, I still try to practice when I brew the tea, stay with it and notice how much my head want to talk to people. And when I drink the tea, how much I want to tell people my experience, and I stop myself. I basically keep watching myself. And just because of that, the tea, the second infusion still stays open, and it's, I think, the most open infusion that I could make this tea since we opened this bag of tea 6 months ago, or however months ago, I don't even remember. It was months that we couldn't open this tea. It tastes good. Sometimes there were moments that the beauty will show up, and that's about it. And we couldn't brew this tea, basically.
We drank through an entire bag.
Shoot.
Now we're about to get halfway through the second bag.
Now you guys know why I don't sometimes sell you tea. I basically just brew it myself and struggle through bags of furry crepe, Wuliangshan Tieguanyin, and Alisan Charcoal Roast Tea. Yeah. Enjoy.
This infusion that we just drank, the third infusion of the tea, I haven't really talked much. The second
we drank
infusion,
in silence.
Yeah, second tea, same thing. Both of them have a roughness.
Yes.
But not rough in a critical way. They just have, it's just a descriptor. They have a roughness, and it doesn't really matter. Really satisfying. Both infusions. They're really full bodied, really strong brew. I mean, you took the pot and put it above the kettle and heated it up with just the tea leaves in there for quite a while, but when you were talking. And that really concentrates the brew, right? It just makes the tea leaves sweat inside of the pot. And something about what you're doing today. Both infusions came out really, really satisfying.
And the thing is, I seriously don't know what I was doing. And I think I really feel it's that intention that I try a little bit, even I try to stay with my tea. And I have to tell you, it only happens sometimes in 2 seconds that my mind was quiet. Especially today is it's a podcast, it's recording. And, Shiuwen, it's always so excited to share whatever comes out of her mind. Like whatever is in the mind is just pulled out of the mouth, like right away. And that's why sometimes I offended people. And today is to keep looking into myself and looking at my head talking actually to the audience. throughout the brewing and without open my mouth. And to have those moments to drink my tea and just make the commitment and say, I am gonna drink my tea. And just that really make the tea open, I think. And while at the same time watching my mind talking to people in my own head, like, oh, wow, the fruity, no, show up on the third infusion, and I think it's more concentrated, blah, blah, blah. Oh, come back, Shiuwen. And seriously, there was moments that it's just 1 to 2 seconds. I will call it still, like my mind was still. And if right now I can do just 1 to 2 seconds and my tea is already changing like this, do you know how excited I am right now? What if I can do it for 10 seconds?
Whoa.
What if I can do it most of the time? And I think that's what the teachers were doing in Taiwan, because we keep talking about it. How can they talk and receive so many people and make the tea brilliant every single time? What the heck are they doing? And today I seriously watch myself broke the rules of tea brewing a little bit, like heat it up and not really watching it and not really keeping the timing at all. And I think it come back to that sentence of my Taiji brother told us one time during a live session. You have to practice principles until you can break the principles. And do you guys know how much of my mind that I want to break principles? Well, I teach you guys to keep practicing the principles, which during the past 2 months, when I heavily struggle with my tea brewing, I practice the principles. I practice my mind coming down a little bit, keep the timing, keep the tea hot all the time, blah, blah, and try to figure out which method I could to make my tea not broken, but still struggling because the tea is not going anywhere. It stays in a box. Would you please tell people what I want to say? That now I'm able to see my stress. There's so much stress in my mind and in my body. But because I'm also so lucky to be able to see some teachings and to find a joy and to share the joy with people and tell people, Shiuwen, want to give them a challenge. Sit down and truly drink a cup of tea and just enjoy it. Just sit down, not anything else. Drink a cup of tea. And I'm too emotional to say that right now.
I think you just told them.
What?
I think you just told them.
Are you not gonna edit this?
I thought that was really beautiful. Just like that.
Okay, I think 3 infusions of tea is really enough for the day. Shit, you guys keep asking me how many times I can brew my tea. Sometimes I tell you 3 is so powerful. Why do you go for 10? I think if you do 10, you will have heart attack. Three is beautiful. I always judge that, the oolong tea cannot be brewed 3 times. God, it's a bad tea. I'm not saying this tea can be brewed 3 times. I can only deal with it 3 times. Thank you, people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Whew. So before I leave, just one announcement. We finally launched our first, well, I guess it's not my first YouTube video, but just that first YouTube video that I'm seriously going to do it consistently, hopefully. First was on there. It's about people's questions. One question.
Yes, we have a series we want to do just frequently asked questions. I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
The first one's up. It's just how really basic how you get started brewing Taiwanese oolong tea. You can expand it to other teas, but just like basically how you use your intuition to start brewing tea on your own.
Yeah.
And we're going to do more. We have some already in the barrel. We have a few recorded already.
Yeah.
Most of them are actually edited, so they're going to come out probably bi-weekly right now. We're going
bi-weekly.
So I don't send them out every couple weeks.
Yeah, so that we don't give ourselves too much stress on producing this.
But it would really help us if you guys. I mean, hopefully it can help you guys if you want to check it out. I think a lot of people that are on the podcast, you guys are so awesome. We got emails every once in a while from you guys, and I can tell there's a lot of dedication and learning for the people that listen to the podcast, and like it's really, really cool. But still, like the video, at least you can see what we're doing, in visually.
And because of your interaction with us, this is really the true force that drive us going like this. So please, if you have even more questions or comments, just leave it on there. Or if you don't like to leave public comments, just email us at tea@floatingleaves.com, and so that we can incorporate your future questions into our videos.
Yeah, right now we're still figuring stuff out with the videos, right?
Yeah, so you can see me a little bit unnatural.
Like right now the format is just ask a question and then Shiuwen answers the question.
Yeah.
So seriously, if you guys have questions, that will really help us.
We are hoping that in the future, when it's safe, that I think I function the best is somebody here with me, and just a little bit more spontaneous. That whatever the question show up on the table, I answer the questions on the spot and just let the flow go, and you will be able to see how the flow is going at Floating Nifty. And I think that's what we wanted. What we want.
That's what we want to. That's what we want to share with the podcast, right?
In the future, yeah.
And yeah.
Just bear with us. Now it's Shiuwen solo, in the video. In the future, hopefully we can have other tea lovers here with us. I think that's it. Oh, and I just discovered something. I'm such a technology. I tell people my technology skill is from the dinosaur era. I just realized I can actually answer your comments, I think, on our website.
Oh, for reviews of teas, yeah.
Yeah.
We can respond to it.
Well, I can respond to it.
I didn't know that either.
We didn't know that. So normally when there's a review, I just kind of read it or even not notice it and just like, oh, okay. Oh, great. Somebody left a review. Wow. And then just like that. Now, I can actually have conversation with you too through our website. How exciting is this? So please, if you have any thoughts on the teas that you drink from our website, please leave a feedback review there. I think it helps new people to also understand our tea rather than we merchants promoting our own tea. Is actually from you. And I think that's very helpful to people who maybe want to decide on the tea or not. Yeah, I think that's it. And 3 infusions. That's the shortest I have ever done in a podcast. Yay. Thank you guys for the support.
Yeah, thank you.
And for in a way, share the journey with us. Sit down and drink a cup of tea. Enjoyably.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
We'll see you next week.
See you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.